All right, what's going on, everybody? It's Friday night. We got George and Mike here to talk some news. I'm Will. George, Mike, say what's up.
Hey
Hey,
there.
everybody.
Yeah. Hey there. I'm Mike Dixon, Simple Your Device. And go ahead, George.
That was it, huh?
I'm going to go short on this.
I'm Mobile Geezer. That's the name of my YouTube channel. You'll find the same name on Instagram, Facebook, Google Plus, and Twitter. And next week, Friday Night Tech Talk will be on my channel. We rotate between the three of us every Friday night. So tonight it's Will's turn, so he's in charge. You the man, brother.
Yeah, George, you know how we do it. When I'm in charge, it's kind of whatever. However, we get there, get to the end, hit all the articles.
Okay.
So, how's everybody's week going?
Mine is fine. A lot of work this week. A lot of work today.
Yeah, for 3 days, last 3 days, it felt like it was 5 days of work for me.
Well, yeah, you were off a lot, right?
Yeah, I did go back. I started back Monday. Then we had Tuesday off. But man, the last 3 days, it was just boom. It was, it was like trying to cram 5 days into 3.
Well, when you're the big shot, this is what you get.
Yeah, right, Mike. You run your own department.
My own.
Over there.
I am the parts department. I am the one.
Yeah.
So
That's rough. I don't know. I guess it's good in a way though, because you're kind of your own boss, right?
kind of. I think that sometimes other people make decisions for me. You know what I mean? I'm like management here, and there's a lot more management above me. So
Yeah, but as your own boss in the parts department, you get to party whenever you want.
folks, I want to warn you. I want to just let everybody know. 6, he's going to have a lot of puns. He was rolling them out fresh
Yeah,
puns.
you started early.
Fresh puns, yeah. So I want to also ask everybody out there, please, if you could, get my man Will to 40 subscribers, please. All he
There
needs
you
is
go.
2 more. So get the word out. All right.
Cool.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah, maybe I'll get 40. I'll get on the what's it called, the YouTube Partner Program.
Yeah.
And of course, we need to get Will to put out more content.
Yeah, Will's always busy, and when I come home, I crash, and that's it. Ask Mike how hard it is to tie me down to get out of the house and go do something.
Oh no, wait a minute. Now you were pretty willing to get out for lunch, okay?
Oh yeah, well that's food, that's food, Mike. I ain't gonna turn down no meal.
You don't
Okay.
give up food for YouTube? I mean, come on, bro.
Nah, I ain't gonna turn down
Now
no
wait a
meal.
minute. Now Will, you should make a video of what I gave you.
Yeah, I know. I gotta get that set up. Yeah, that's true.
All right. So I gave
Even-
Will. I'll just give out the little secret. I gave Will a phone with that Simple Mobile. I had an extra one. That's all I got to say. Will, take it away from there. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, Mike, I gotta get on that, right?
All right.
I still gotta
all right.
activate it, but yeah, we're gonna.
Well, there we go. Make your own video. Let's see Will's
Yeah.
setting up that phone.
Well, but wait, Mike, you kind of went on like I don't even know if that was a rant or you were frustrated.
Yeah, that's what I was
You
thinking.
were everything. I was like, wow.
Well, it got me thinking. It really did. It got me thinking about certain things about prepaid phones, and I just kept on going. And I just like, you know what? Yeah, it's not a rant, but it was like it really had you think about where prepaid phones are headed to. You know what I mean?
That was like a 20-minute video, right?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
And I disagreed because ultimately didn't you say the stigma isn't there anymore?
No, I didn't use that. I changed. I just decided to talk about the conversation was about the prepaid service and the phones and stuff.
But I think the stigma is still there, personally.
Do you think so?
Yes, I believe so.
Maybe
part of the reason that I think so is because all the people that I know personally that are on those MVNOs are people that really have a hard time paying their bills. That's the people I know personally.
Right.
So.
Well, you could look though; they could be the 4th carrier if you think about it.
Yeah, see, you really threw me with that one. you know.
Think about it. They could be the fourth, where the merger happens and then you got the conglomerate, the mess of Sprint and T-Mobile in that slot. And that could be that grouping could be the fourth carrier.
Yeah, but that grouping would only be Metro and who? Who's the AT&T MVNO?
Cricket, Boost
Cricket.
is
Cricket, yeah.
right. And you got Metro for T-Mobile, but then we have Simple Mobile, which is using T-Mobile towers.
Right.
There's other carriers that use Verizon. And what else? What other carriers? There are a few other carriers that use different. They're all using the major companies.
Anyway. Yeah, they all use even
but
Xfinity.
But if the merger goes through, they're not going to be pulling over Verizon MVNOs as a fourth carrier.
What? Right? What's this again? What?
Assuming the merger goes through, they're not going to be able to pull over Verizon MVNOs because those are just going to be MVNOs of Sprint and T-Mobile, right?
No, they'll can use there'll be a what do you mean? They'll be using
the merger
Verizon.
The merger would be Sprint and T-Mobile. So I would think only their MVNOs would be involved, is what I'm saying.
No, I think T-Mobile, because don't forget TracFone is the company that's really the big conglomerate, the super conglomerate, because they got all these other little companies within TracFone. There's the Walmart ones I was talking about, Straight Talk.
Simple
Mobile is one of them. Where's another one?
There's another Cellular. Something like that.
There's a few other ones in there. And they all do offer, if you look at their coverage maps, like they like to advertise, if you look at their coverage map, they all use a color that represents the
network
towers
that they're
using. Right. Okay. And I've seen plenty of red ones too.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, what happened to U.S. Cellular and all this? It's like a couple of years ago, they seemed like the up and coming next one, and they kind of disappeared off the map, haven't they?
We all don't think of it. At least, is there U.S. Cellular down where you're at in Tennessee?
I don't think so.
Because I know they're down in North Carolina.
Okay, because it seems like a few years ago, after the big four, U.S. Cellular was the next biggest one, and it seems like they're not anymore. Or at least you don't hear about them anymore.
Right. Yeah. Right. They're not. Their coverage area, I have no idea exactly. My first run-in with them was when I go down to see our friends in North Carolina, and I see there's actual physical stores. And
so they're very regional, is what you're saying.
I guess that's why I was surprised you don't have them, because they seem to be. I was assuming Southern. Down maybe.
I've never seen one in Tennessee.
Okay.
Or Georgia.
Now, Mike, which network are they using?
Well, that's weird. I don't know what network they're using.
I think they have their own. That's my impression.
Oh, okay. So they were doing their own thing.
Yeah.
All right. So
I don't know. Y'all whole conversation. I don't know. I think there is a little bit of a stigma, but I don't think it like it used to be. Maybe if you get a smaller prepaid one, but if you go to like Verizon and get prepaid, I don't think people are.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't think people look
down on it. I agree. If you go to one of the big four, I agree.
If you go to Verizon and get prepaid or AT&T, it's like you can get unlimited. I think for like $45 when you just bring your phone.
And I don't think there's any stigma there. I agree.
Yeah. It's just. I guess if somebody tells you they have Metro, I know people on YouTube, or like you said, Mike, in your video, food stamp phone and all.
Exactly.
You come with all that, but if you go just get a SIM card from somewhere big, or even if you get it from one of the smaller companies and just put it on an unlocked phone, you get an unlocked iPhone and put So
you did remind me, some of the people that I know on Metro are on food stamps. It's true. It just hit me.
George is crazy.
Hey, it's true.
Oh, man. George is crazy. But yeah, let's get to some of these stories. I think George, you gave us most of these. First one we got here looks like the Apple App Store had a pretty good week. I guess it was the last
Pretty
week.
good? There's an understatement.
Yeah, they broke a record. Let's see,
You
George.
got it, or you want me
Looks
to
like
go?
yeah, you can take it. Go ahead. I just pulled it up, but go
All right.
ahead.
All right, so the headline says Apple App Store breaks sales records during holidays, New Year's Day biggest single day. So it seems that between Christmas and New Year's, the App Store sold 1.22 billion worth of apps in that one solid week. That's pretty good, I would think. So that was their one piece of good news. They said
I was about to say
Apple's
that's their one.
biggest week ever.
That's their one bit of good news all after the whole year,
Whole
just
week
about.
long.
That's
Yeah.
all the good news they had. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, their app store. You've been in there, right, George? You've looked around. Their app store is pretty. It's pretty good. They
Well,
got a
I've
lot
looked
of good
around
apps
a
in
little
there.
bit, not much.
See, we gotta expand that, George. We gotta get you in there more.
Yeah,
There's got to be something. I know you said you're busy,
my-
but there's got to be something in
Yeah,
there
my
that
big
you're like.
thing is always time. It's always finding the time to do any of this stuff. You know.
Yeah, you gotta.
Well,
you
we
gotta
gotta
play
get
around.
George. We gotta get George to play pool, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
You gotta get George on board.
Real life, I'm a lousy pool player.
Hey, I'm not the greatest, but man, I'm a pool shark at this game.
Oh, George, he's
The
good, George. He's good.
Okay, the only sport I'm any
He's real
good at is tennis. Well, tennis and boxing.
Yeah, Mike is good.
Maybe there's a game you can play that. Tennis or boxing. I bet you there's a game you can play.
I'd rather do it for real. Sorry.
I got to get you on with my nephew, Mike. He's good.
Who what does he do?
In the pool, that game.
Oh no way, really?
Real good.
So he wants his nephew to kick your butt, Mike.
I told him. I said, he was like, I just downloaded it. I said, you had to be playing before. He was like, well, I played on my Galaxy. I was like, oh, I thought so. Because he's maybe a year and a half in the iPhone, maybe almost 2 years. But yeah, he's real good at it. What's the name of the game? 8-ball pool.
8-ball. Yeah.
It's on everything. It's on Facebook. It's everywhere. It connects to your Facebook so you can keep going.
Okay,
Yeah,
going back to this article, it said gaming and self-care was.
I was just going to say that. Yeah.
Yeah, what the heck is self-care?
I think that's like not health, but like I looked up that Sweat app. I think it's some kind of like exercise program on your phone.
Because
I didn't look up this other one, Luminosity. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, of course, Fortnite and PUBG.
Yeah.
Naturally.
I just Googled self-care apps, and they got MyFitness, Headspace,
So
Charity. Yeah, it's all kinds of fitness things. Even got Sleepbot.
Okay.
You know, so.
And then education apps are also popular with apps like 1Password, Sweat is one of them, and Luminosity. I don't know what Luminosity is. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. And then you gotta remember.
Go ahead.
Remember, it's not just the iPhone. It's the people are getting them on their iPad. So the App Store is probably really, you know.
Yeah, I just think 1.22 billion in a week is pretty freaking good.
Luminosity is a daily brain game.
Oh, I've heard of that. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think George needs that. He's got enough brains as it is, and they're all working fine.
Okay. Any other comment on this article?
No. You know, that's a lot of money. That's all I can tell you.
And that was the one bit of good news.
I can't see now. PUBG's free, isn't it? Isn't Fortnite free too?
Well,
Fortnite's free, but you know the microtransactions or whatever in the game.
Yeah, the game.
The in-game.
Different things. That's right.
Exactly.
That's where they won up Google because Fortnite was able to put their game outside of the App Store. Apple was like, we're not having that. So
yeah,
they made sure you had to come through them to get the game.
Yeah.
Wait, I just saw a comment here. What's this now? Gary Brown.
Oh yeah, you asked me why I left the Pixel
You left
Squad.
Gary? He's drinking the apple juice hard. Okay, let me just tell you that right now, hard.
Yeah, man.
And when he's done with his phone that he's about to set up, he's going to say, "Give me back my Apple phone. Get this piece of crap away from me."
I'm gonna be like, "Where's my blue bubble?" Oh yeah, Mike. We gotta remember. We gotta circle back around to that. We gotta pick that back up.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
All right, Mike. You want to get the next one? The big
let's
one?
see.
This is the big
Apple
story of the
sales.
week, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh
It's
yeah,
sorted.
the world's ending.
That's
Oh my
right.
goodness, I have no money because Apple is losing money. What else? You know, people. Where's Donovan when we need him? Is Donovan in the room?
I don't think he's here.
Donovan
Yeah.
made a great comment about how the news is. Everybody's making it out like it's the end of the world.
Well, I mean, that's what news sites are for, even tech news sites.
I have a comment on this, but anyway,
It's only $10.
it says here, as Apple shares tumble after its Dutch forecast, the company is laying blame squarely on the economic slowdown in China.
You know which is car is that?
Really, guys?
Two more grades.
Is it really China? Do you think China has an effect on it?
Well,
I thought they were all
saying.
androids over there.
Well, no, they're saying. I think they're saying because of the whole thing with Trump having like the whole thing with the trade and all that. You know what I mean?
That's my impression. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're saying like the whole thing with the government basically and the
Causing
back
an
and forth
economic
is affecting.
slowdown. Yeah.
Yeah, because then the prices of the stuff is going up that we're importing and all that. So
It says here, never before Apple faced such fierce competition from multitude of rivals from around the globe, all buying a slice of the lucrative premium smartphone market. So, and again, we were just talking about this not long ago, where Apple wants to get into more, service base. So.
yeah, all right, Mike. I don't know. It's not exaggerated, but I don't know. I don't know if that article had it, but it was like Apple, their forecast, whatever they forecasted, they were billions off or whatever. But for any other company, they would die to have the sales they had. You know what I mean?
But the fact that they sent their stockholders a letter saying forecast is going to be lower than expected, that's pretty bad. Stockholders
I mean,
hear that.
I mean, their stock and all that tumbled, but I just mean, I think it's kind of like getting overblown.
And
you know what I mean?
That's what news sites do.
Yeah, they're making it a bigger deal than it is. But at the same time, this will be good, hopefully for this. Well, maybe not for this year, but for the following year, because they know they're going to have to bring it to be able to push, to get their stock back up. They're going to have to really come with something big.
Right, but this article makes the point that other premium phones are taking a bite out of Apple. Now, the Huawei Mate 20 Pro being one of them. And Huawei did overtake Apple as the number 2 phone maker in the world.
Yeah, but I don't know. See, I look at it, and it's probably wrong. I look at it like from here, Huawei pretty much is dead here. Huawei's I know, but they're talking about the world, but I'm talking about here.
Yeah.
I'm talking about here because, like in India or in other countries, the iPhone is kind of like a lot of people can't touch it because it costs so much. But like for here, Huawei's pretty much dead. It's just,
but in Europe, Huawei is doing pretty freaking well.
But it's Samsung and Apple, and it's not like Samsung had that great of a year either.
I think you're making a mistake just looking at the U.S. Samsung is number 1 in the world. Huawei is number 2 in the world. Apple is now number 3 in the world. And Huawei, I think they're beginning to prove that they don't need the U.S. They can do it with Europe and Asia. And
George, they're not going to have no choice.
No, they're not going to have no choice. But my I would guess they're going to end up making more money than they would have here in the first place.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because they're not a big name, so
they are in
it's
Europe.
not like, yeah, no, I mean here, like if you're not Samsung or Apple or LG, I'd say you're not gonna, they can't even get in the carrier store. So
I love this comment from Donovan, the smartphone guy. It says, to be clear, Apple made $84 billion in the previous quarter. Can we please stop freaking out about their demise? That is the best.
Mike, the
news sites are overflowing.
Yeah.
The previous quarter, that's ridiculous.
$84 billion. I think they got a few pennies left after that. Okay,
yeah, they'll be all right. They'll be all right.
Still, the stockholders are not going to be. Anytime you send a letter to stockholders saying the forecast is not going to be what we thought it was going to be, they're not happy. You can count on that.
Yeah. I just think, I don't know. Like I don't remember specifically reading like Samsung's thing but this year just wasn't a good year for sales. So because it's Apple, I think it got blown up. You know what I mean? Like I seen HTC I seen an article, they like posted their lowest thing ever.
Yeah.
If you Google it, you'll see that. Yeah, I know they're gone.
I know. On by a thread.
But that made the news. But like Samsung, I don't know what their thing was. You know what I mean? What their forecasted sales was, but I can't imagine it was great either. The sales, I mean, like they said, it's like a plateau now. Everybody's either happy with what they got or they're not upgrading because of money.
Yeah, and they're saying smartphones in general have somewhat plateaued.
Yeah.
But the emphasis of this article is that other premium phones, the Mate 20 Pro, the Galaxy Note 9, the Google Pixel 3, and the OnePlus 6T, they're all giving Apple some competition.
But George, do you think? See, I don't really think. I don't know. I don't think that's what it is. I think people just aren't upgrading. You know what I mean?
I have my theory. Let me know. I can't wait.
That's what I think it is. I think.
Yeah, well, it said in the beginning of the article that part of the forecast lowering was that people did not upgrade the way Apple expected them to. So you're right about that.
Yeah, like I think it's more so that than the other companies giving them a run for their money. I don't see people, you know what I mean? I don't think it's like a big thing where everybody's like, "Oh, I got to go get the Pixel instead of the iPhone." They're the same price.
A lot of people said the Mate 20 Pro was a better phone than the Pixel and the iPhone this year. A lot of big shots, I mean. Mike wants to say something badly.
I scrolled down to part of this article. Listen what they wrote here. They say the OnePlus 6 is a very fast, high-performing phone with top-of-the-line processor, massive, beautiful 6.41-inch OLED display, and an excellent battery life. But it has a tiny teardrop-shaped notch that makes the giant bar-shaped notch in the iPhone XS and the Mate 20 Pro look stupid, and an impressive display in display fingerprint scanner.
I tend to agree about the teardrop.
Yeah. I just had that caught my eye. But what I wanted to say was, and we all talked about this before. Again, this is something that isn't new here that how we talked about how the iPhone, when somebody gets one, they really hold on to it, right?
Yeah.
How many people just go and go get the next one that, go out and get the next new thing unless it's broken. Yeah. I've seen plenty of people walk around with cracked iPhones.
And I guess Apple's original forecast was based on people upgrading, and that's not happening.
That's not happening because they do take care of the phones, right? Software side on that part.
Well, Will said last week that Apple's hurting themselves in a way by keeping the phones up to date so long,
and working properly, and going. This is going back to the old phones, and the other thing I was going to just touch a point on was, and I'm just sorry, it's just when I was talking about in that video I did about prepaid phones and all. all these other 6S and 6 and the SE models, they're selling those things at a ridiculously reduced price, right? Am I correct in saying that? So they're getting the Apple experience. These phones are going to last them for a while, as long as they don't bust them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, and Will, I'm going to ask Will, and the whole time you've had the iPhone 10, you've had it for over a year now, have you not?
Yeah.
And you never experienced any kind of lag, right?
No, just the screen thing. But I had to go. Remember, that was like a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Okay, well, that was the hardware. What I'm saying is, if you didn't have that, you would have never.
No,
Right.
I would have been good. No.
Yeah, Gary Brown is saying phone prices are too high. People keeping what they got. And 6 Louise said it's not just the prices are too high. Phones are starting to look the same, all screen with a notch.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right, like you see where Apple, let's say Apple, like I always tell you, the guy at my job's got a 5S, which is, I think it's 5 years old now, something like that, but he's at the latest update. Let's say iPhone 5S, I don't know, let's say 5 years ago, that was 2014. So where Apple is now, Samsung and LG, as far as hardware reliability, is just catching up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're just getting to that point. So where Apple's phones were having a decline now, Samsung has probably been having it, because a lot of people switched to Apple, and the people now who have a Note 8 or S8 aren't upgrading because the phone's lasting and it's not lagging. Whereas before, your phone was lagging after 6 months.
Yeah. Carol is here. Hello, Carol. Gary Brown is saying most people can't tell the difference between the iPhone 6S and iPhone 7. That could be true.
George.
Good. Yeah.
Speaking of that, they don't even label the phone. Like, when you get your iPhone 10 or your iPhone XS, on the back of the phone, it just says iPhone.
That's true.
You can't even tell what phone you have. They want it like that. They don't need you to know. You know what I mean? The difference.
Yeah, they just want you to know it's an iPhone.
Yeah. 6 Louise says German consumers don't even know what lag is.
They're so used to it, right?
Yeah, I guess. Everybody, mom's in the room. Hi, Mom.
Yeah,
they're used to the lag or whatever. But yeah, I just think, I don't know. I think this year, I don't think it's gonna really turn around for nobody. I don't think it's gonna turn around. I think Samsung is gonna release the new phone with that display, and I don't really think
that's why it was a Gary or 6 said that's why Samsung is coming with the foldable phone, and now it looks like Xiaomi. Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't see the sales making a comeback or anything, because people are still going to be using their S8. People are still going to be using their iPhone. We can go back to the iPhone 7. People are still going to be using the iPhone 10.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're not going to. And then, look, George, what did he say? The battery thing? And I thought it was funny when Tim Cook said the battery upgrade program hurt their sales some.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was ridiculous.
That was.
No, but you think so? I don't think so, because remember, when they slowed down the phones, right? Let's say that whole thing never came out. When they came out with the whole battery thing, and Apple never did nothing with your battery, all those people would have most likely went and upgraded their phones. But Apple ended up giving them a new battery, and then you release iOS.
Uproar.
Yeah, but then you release iOS 12, where even if you look on like Twitter or whatever, everybody who got updated to iOS 12 is like, my phone is running like it's brand new.
Exactly.
So they're like, my phone now is going to last another 3 years.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think that, you know, that might have affected them. It probably did.
Okay.
Yeah, it might have slowed down their sales.
Yeah.
Adam, Mike, you better get on Adam. He better go get that battery.
I got him to swing so far. The pendulum swung so far.
Exactly. I know. What did you do?
To the Android side,
yeah, heavy now.
Yep.
He's got to go get the battery just because if you get the battery, you're it's just like starting over with a new phone.
Yeah. exactly.
Hey, look, he just got a Roku TV, and he's talking about not having the Apple TV. You know what I mean? So,
Wow, he
Yeah, I-
really
Yeah.
went the other way.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I have Roku built into my Insignia, and I love it. You know.
He really went
Um,
the other way.
And while we're on iPhone, but I have to say, well, I put out my video of my 2 months experience with it the other day, so you folks can go see that on my channel. But I am finding the battery life on the iPhone XR, my Apple Watch, and my AirPods battery life is totally excellent on all
Mhm.
three. So I am impressed, I have to say.
Oh yeah, I played. Let me see. I played music on the iPhone 8 Plus here for all day. I was up in the parts room
Right.
and made a few phone calls, watched some other videos, yada yada. I'm at 66%.
That's awesome.
You know,
That is awesome. Yeah.
yeah. So I know I could go another day if I had to, because I'm not really going to use much of it tonight. So
Uh,
Yeah.
Six
So I'm-
Louise says people think Apple's lineup is a mess. Wait till Samsung brings the S10. It's going to have like 4 or 5 variants. That's true.
mhm.
Yeah, there's
I
gonna be
think it's
there's
gonna
gonna
be
be
it's going to be confusing to people. I think.
yeah, there's
Did
gonna
you
be a
guys-
different
Did you guys
different
see it?
5G variant for each carrier.
Oh.
Each carrier is gonna have their own 5G model that won't work from the other. It's gonna be crazy.
Yep. More
What'd you
fragments.
say, Mike?
I was going to say I don't watch TV too often, but it was a TV show that caught my attention a little bit. I couldn't see the end of it. It was about John F. Kennedy Jr. I don't know if you saw
No, I
that.
didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Well, AT&T commercial came on, and of course they showed a 5G logo with 5G. You know, I'm like, oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I've been seeing that 5G logo all over the place. Commercial.
They were advertising it.
It's ridiculous.
It's a shame. It's a
And it's
shame.
misleading. Intentionally misleading.
Mhm. So what's next on the list there, guys?
Let me see. What do we got? What's our
foldable
okay?
phones.
The Xiaomi. The Xiaomi. George, you got that because I didn't even read that one. The Xiaomi foldable.
Okay.
Did you read that one, Mike?
No, I didn't.
Well, this was based on a leak from what's his name? Evan Blast. You know, Ev leaks. Yesterday, he put up a video. He said he didn't know if it was real. It looks like the first glimpse of a foldable phone from Xiaomi. And I have to say, it looked pretty cool to me. And then I watched the video. So it sounds like Samsung may not be the only one coming out with a foldable phone. And the video shows someone operating what looks like a small tablet in landscape mode. And then the person folds the left and right thirds of the tablet backward, turning the middle of the device into something resembling a curved screen smartphone. The interface reacts to this action as one might expect. Objects in the search bar and status bar icons are repositioned to fit the smaller visible display area. So I thought the video was pretty impressive, but Evan is saying he can't speak for the authenticity of this video or device that's allegedly made by Xiaomi. So he said in the end, hot new phone or gadget porn deep fake. I guess we'll find out, right? What makes
I
me
just
hope
watched
that
it,
it's real?
George.
Okay. What makes me hope that it's real is I have to believe if Xiaomi comes out with a foldable phone, it's going to be a lot cheaper than Samsung. That's my guess. And like Jay Williams, I love Xiaomi. The Xiaomi phones that I have, I love.
Nah,
You know-
I just watched it, Mike. I don't know if you've seen it. Did you see it yet?
No.
Were you
That-
impressed by it, Will?
That looks crazy, but I don't know. I'm kind of wondering if it's fake. Because why is it so dark?
Yeah, I thought it
could've
looked
just-
a little bit better than Samsung's version.
The way that I don't remember seeing Samsung fold like that, but that looks crazy. I still don't think I would buy it. But I mean, it looks what they showed in that video looks crazy.
For me, it depends
How he
on
was
the
able to
price.
just fold the phone one side at a time. That looks crazy.
Right.
Wow.
It
I'm
says in
watching
the
it right
article,
now.
this device may be one of Xiaomi's prototypes. The interface looks like genuine Xiaomi MIUI software, and the hardware seems too complex to be a straight fit. So that makes sense.
Wow.
It says, however, a brighter version of the video appears to reveal no front-facing components like camera or proximity sensors or earpiece speaker. So that does make it sound like a prototype. The device possibly employs alternatives like bone conduction audio and in-screen camera.
Okay.
So it could, So it's probably a prototype. And there's a picture of it at the bottom too.
Yeah, we'll see. I guess everybody's gonna come with their foldable, and of course, like you said, George, Samsung's probably gonna be the most expensive.
Oh yeah, you can count on it. But yeah, I mean, Xiaomi is the 4th or 5th largest phone maker in the world. So but they always come out cheaper, more affordable than the others. So I would love it if they came out with one. Then I'd have to see how much it costs. That might be one I'd get.
All right, now
the folding phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if I could afford it.
All right, now Mike, I got a question for you because we know George is all about this foldable phone. All right,
What do you mean all about it? I just said it might be one I get. Come on now.
George, out of the group, you're gonna have the foldable phone first. Now wait, even if it's
affordable.
Xiaomi or whoever makes it, you'll probably get it first.
Xiaomi.
Now, Mike,
Yeah.
here's my thing. Cause see, like these type of things, I don't know. I don't get excited about that. All right, Mike. So, what do you think about a foldable phone? Like, is there something you would be interested in?
Oh no. Not until I see it. I don't even know that. I don't know.
So neither of you guys get excited about a new form factor?
Now, Mike,
it would be
see,
great.
George, like, to me, it doesn't. Like, okay, like, all right, let's say you can fold the phone. Now,
Okay.
So what?
Yeah, I
Like to me, George, it's just like the OnePlus with the fingerprint scanner. I understand the technology is great and all that. It's nice to look at it, but like, okay, you can fold it. Now what? Like the phone folds. To me, that's
now
more.
you have a phone and a tablet in one.
So okay, how big was that screen?
what in the one that Xiaomi one?
The one that Xiaomi, yeah, like to me, it's just another problem. Like, all right, you can fold it. So let's say you break your screen. You know what I mean? Or
why do you go to breaking your screen right away?
I'm just saying. No, I'm just because now it's got a foldable screen, so that's more to fix or something else to break.
Much
You know what I
harder
mean?
to
Another issue to put it to put a case in it.
I couldn't even see us even thinking about buying that kind of phone because we're all, pardon my French, bitching about the $1,000 phone as it is.
Well, no,
So
listen.
can you only imagine what that phone could be?
Well, if it's Xiaomi, maybe it's $1,000. At that, I would consider it. Unlike
Mike, let's say
1,700 for Samsung.
If Xiaomi puts it out, let's say it's $800. I still don't think I'll run out and buy it because, all right, it folds. It folds, but it's still the same. Like, you know what I mean? It's still the same software. Like
it's not the same form factor.
Yeah, but what advantage is that form factor giving me?
Well, it gives you a tablet when you want a tablet without going to pick up a tablet.
An Android tablet, I'll pass. If it's an Android tablet, I don't want it.
Okay.
Like because all right, look at it, George. If you look at the Pixel Slate, it's trash. The Android tablets are dead.
The Pixel Slate is an expensive, underpowered
but it's
toy.
But all right, so let's say they make.
Call it a
Let's
toy.
say, so all right, they make you can fold it, and the screen. Let's say the screen gets to, I don't know how big it was. Let's say 7 inches. So what's the advantage of it? It's not going to have a pen.
Wait. Hey,
You know what
Will.
I mean? You might as well go buy a
Will.
note.
Will, we could play pool better with it.
There you go.
You might as well go buy a note 9. At least you got a pen. The screen is big.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Wait,
Like,
you can go get a
we'll
tablet. You can get a Samsung tablet with a pen in it now.
you can for cheaper. That's what I'm saying. Like, to me, like, it's not something where it's like, I feel like
I
it's
like
necessary.
the idea. I like the
understand the
idea of a new
technology.
form factor. Yeah.
Like, wait, George, look, you'll go buy that, right? And
I didn't say I would. I said
no, I'm saying, okay, if you buy it, you'll have the new form factor. Then they won't, they might update it a couple times to fix the bugs, and then that's it. Like, you'll just be like, my phone can fold.
Well,
You'll be the only
that
one with
new.
it.
Yeah, well, something that new. I would wait until I see a couple of videos before I would buy it. Yeah.
Even Samsung's, like, I know Samsung's they're gonna push it big. I'm not interested in that. I don't know. I guess because to me, the form factor we got now is fine. Like, I don't see nothing. I don't know. To me, that's
I like the idea of new stuff. And even though I'm the old one, I'm always the one that likes new stuff. That's true. I've been like that my whole life. But MKBHD is going to get it. All the big guys are getting it.
Oh yeah, everybody's gonna get it.
Let me see what they say, especially MKBHD, because I tend to trust his opinion.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't see the big deal in it. But then again, I don't really care for the fingerprint under the glass either. To me, it's something that it was just
on my 6T. I love my under glass.
Yeah, but it's like, to me, it's like it fixed something that was never broke. Like, all right, if you wanted to make a bigger screen, put the fingerprint thing on the back. You know what I mean? It's faster.
Yeah, but I like having the fingerprint in the screen because if it's laying on the desk, I can just touch it and it's open.
I mean, it's faster, but I mean, it's faster on the back. You can still get the bigger screen. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. To me, it was just, it's good. They got to move technology forward, but it's just, to me, that's too small.
If they left it up to you, they wouldn't move technology forward.
No, listen. No. I would have rather, like, look, George. Apple said, all right, we're going to do Face ID. And it's annoying sometimes, but all right, that was a big jump. Where Samsung, let's say Samsung, they did the iris scanner or whatever, the thing on their phones for like I think it's been 2 years, 3 years.
Well, I just got a message on Instagram. What's the name of your channel? It's Will D or just Will?
I think so.
Okay,
I'll send it to you, George. But look, the Samsung did the iris scanner, but you can only use it on Samsung's browser to open your phone. You can't use it. You know what I mean? That was it was like a waste. I don't know. Like, sometimes I think they just do stuff. I think sometimes they just do stuff just to say they were the first ones to do it, which is fine. Right. But I don't know. I don't see Apple coming out with no foldable phone no time soon.
No, I don't think Apple will do it. No.
But that's the thing.
It's something got to catch. It's got to catch on. Is it going to catch on? You know what I mean?
But look, Mike. Wait. Apple's not going to have a foldable phone, right? And everybody said Apple's design of their phone for how many years was the same. They're not going to come out with a foldable phone. But do you think if somebody with an iPhone looked at an Android phone and said, wow, that phone folds, are they going to be like, I got to go get that phone. I'm leaving the iPhone because it doesn't fold. You know what I mean? It's not.
No.
In this case, you're going to be after the Android people, not the iPhone people.
Yeah.
Generally.
I think they're going after everybody. You think Samsung is only? I think Samsung wants to get everybody they can get. That's just like with
Samsung does sell more phones than Apple. Always.
But look, but they want to convert the people. That's like when they came out with the pen. If somebody had an iPhone 10 and then they see a Note 9 with a pen and it's got this and that, they're going to be like, all right, I think I like that. But if your phone just folds,
if they're a productivity person, but for the average person, I don't think that's going to sway them. That's my guess.
I guess the folding thing is another thing. To me, that's like the fingerprint under the display. I could pass on that. Like, I don't care if I never have a phone that folds.
Yeah, I just kind of like the idea of new stuff. I've always been that way though.
See, I kind of equate this to like Google Glass. How Google Glass
Oh
was
no,
gonna,
I wouldn't call it that bad.
what's that?
George said it's not that
Google Glass was a fiasco, man.
bad.
Really?
George. Yeah, that
No,
was.
I'm
long
talking
time.
about trying new technology.
He
I'm
means
talking
just
about new
trying
tech.
something new.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of people tried it, and I don't know, it just never worked out.
Yeah, it never caught on, George. That's the thing.
I don't. Well, not only did it not caught on, a lot of authorities have a problem with it. You know, in different
Oh.
states.
Well, I'm talking
But,
about just.
yeah,
just
I
people.
don't equate it to Google Glass at all.
Well,
I don't think it's.
No, what I'm trying to say is it's the technology that was there. Even if there was not it was a failure, nobody else kind of said, "Well, let me take the idea and improve upon it."
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. This is some kind of next step. Samsung comes up with it. They've been talking about it for years, of course, and now they have a prototype. So I think the fact that Xiaomi says, "Well, we can make a prototype," so I think it's good in that regard. You know, whether or not it ends up being something worthwhile, well, we'll have to wait and see.
Right.
Like I said, I'll wait until the big guys get it, and I want to hear what they say about it.
He said Google Glass.
Yeah. Well, you see what I was
I
trying
know
to
what
go
you
with
mean.
it.
I know what you
I
mean. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Bad
The
analogy,
Google
Mike.
Glass was a disaster. Google Glass was
Yes, it
a
was.
disaster.
Yes,
That
it
was,
was.
yeah. I just think, they're trying to come up with something new, and that's good. I'm just saying I don't see what it's fixing. Like, I don't know. I guess it's like you said, it's trying to give you a bigger screen, but to me, Android tablets aren't good enough to even warrant a bigger screen like that. To have just to be able to turn your phone into a tablet.
You may be right about that. You know.
Because their tablets aren't good. And for all that, you can go get a Samsung tablet.
Well, you should probably buy me an iPad Pro.
George, it might be
Sorry.
bent when you get it.
Sorry, George.
All right. I'll take a bent one. I'll take a
There's
bent.
no super chat today, okay?
It might be bent, and that's what this is normal. That's what the heating process.
Did you see Unbox Therapy's video about it?
Yeah, when he was basically said he wasn't happy about it, and everybody wanted him to make a video.
But he was very laid back about it, considering that he's the guy that started Bengate. You know, I thought he handled it very well. You know.
Yeah, because he knows if he says anything a little bit negative, it's going to be a big thing.
Yeah.
Because everybody thinks that he's just trying to take down Apple.
Of course, he is up to 14 million subscribers, so I think he's doing okay.
Yeah,
he'll be all right. But yeah, that's crazy. If they sent me a bent tablet, I'd be upset for $1,000.
And then they turn around and say, "Well, it's the manufacturing process. It's supposed to be that way." I mean, come on now.
Come on.
Yeah.
But I'll still take a bent one if somebody wants to.
Oh wait, George, we didn't talk about the exploding iPhone.
Oh, that's right. Go for it.
Did you see that? Where's that one? I gotta find it. Mike,
come on now. That's a bunch of.
Well, that's the second one. There was one a month ago, and then there was this latest one. And this guy said it blew up in his pocket. Right?
But George, you see where he said he had it in his back pocket. I don't know. Something seems kind of strange with that story to me. I don't know.
Why?
Because all right, he says his iPhone exploded in his pocket. He had it for like 3 weeks. He called Apple on the phone and told them.
Right.
And I guess they told him, how they could get him a phone. He goes to the Apple store in his area, gives them the phone, and they tell him, all right, we have to inspect the phone. We have to send it in, and we'll send you a replacement phone. He says, what about my damaged clothes? They said, we can't promise you anything, but we have to send the phone back. He stays there for 20 minutes or whatever while the lady contacts the Apple safety, whoever. Right. And then he gets mad and takes his phone back and leaves.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that.
Why wouldn't you want them to inspect the phone? Like, what did he think, that he was going to just go in there and Apple was going to be like, oh, sure, we believe you, the phone just exploded? That's, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't. To me, it just seems kind of strange. I know if my phone exploded, I'd be mad, and I would want a phone right away. But there's no way that I'm gonna take the melted phone and leave. What kind of sense does that make? It just, to me, it just seems like he's hiding something. Like he doesn't want them to find something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, they did have pictures of it and all that, but that story just seemed kind of crazy. Seems like he should have been more cooperative. He could have been upset, but to leave with the phone, what is that going to get you? Like, you're not going to get a phone.
I don't see the point. I mean, what do you
if you leave
do
with a
to
broken
explode
phone? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at Rob Pouncey. He says you can't believe he's seeing that earbuds in George's ears.
Yeah. And the watch.
Yeah, we got George.
Yeah,
we got George.
On the juice. He's on the juice.
But of course, my other daily driver is still a OnePlus 6T.
Well, that's.
I promised them I would carry one of each at all times. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, we getting George right into the. We got to get George on we got to get everybody on a group FaceTime.
Yo, George. You know what we got to do, George? We got to get Will to be able to manage 2 phones at once.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. He managed you. Come on. You didn't try hard enough.
I tried.
We got to get you to have at least 2 SIMs.
Yeah.
It's a pain. No, I do, but it's a pain going to work and oh my God, it's too much. It's too much.
I've been carrying 2 phones for like a year and a half, 2 years. I don't have any problems.
As soon as I got 2 phones, as soon as I got 2 lines, I've been carrying it ever since.
Exactly.
Come on, Will. Everybody get on. Listen, today, we need to get Will up to 40 subs. And everybody's got to start dogging Will on all the socials saying you got to carry 2 phones.
George, they
said here we are in
the
live broadcast, and Mike's telling everybody, let's harass Will. I mean, come on now.
Yeah. Come on, George. You take a lot of heat. All right.
Will, that's your friend. Okay.
Munchie's in the room. Munchie.
Hey, Munchie.
Yeah. Hopefully you're feeling better, bud. Thank you for stopping in.
He might have found some of that old monk he was talking about. Did you see that, Mike?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Gary Brown says, when is Duo doing group chat? Yeah, good luck with that.
No, they wrote something about working on that.
Well, where is it?
Duo?
Yeah. It ain't. Don't hold your breath. They'll be like, we're closing the app down. They'll be like, we're closing the app down. You're just beta testing Duo for us. We're gonna put it into what's that new Hangouts thing called? Hangouts.
Hangout chat or something like that.
Hangout chat.
Yeah. Let's see here. See if I can get this. I'll send this to you guys. It says here, Google testing group calling on Duo.
When was that from?
That was 2 days ago.
Oh, okay. Maybe it really is coming.
I missed that. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it really is coming. We'll see. Mike. I don't know.
And that's the problem. They have us. We'll believe it. They have us. We'll believe it when we see it. Point.
Munchie said Google's just going to put out a whole new app for group chat.
Well, that's what Google does. They always make another app, don't they?
Yeah. They make you beta test the old one and then put out something new.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Mike. Now, before we forget, what were we talking about before we got on here? We got to remember it. Oh, okay. Hold up. Let's talk about the hack with Chromecast.
Oh, that's right.
Mike, you want to get that one?
Sure. See here. Hackers hijacked thousands of exposed Chromecast streaming devices to warn users of the latest security flaw to affect devices. But security researchers said that bug, left unfixed, could be used for more disruptive attacks. The culprits known as Hacker Draft and J3WS3R have become the latest person to figure out how to trick Google's media streamer into playing your YouTube video they want.
Any YouTube video they want.
Any YouTube one, yeah, including videos that are custom made. This time around, the hackers hijacked and forced the affected Chromecast to display a pop-up notice that's viewable on connected TV, warning that users that are a misconfigured router is exposing their Chromecast and smart TV to hackers like themselves.
So the good
Now,
thing is they were just making a point, not hurting anything.
right. How you misconfigure a router? Anybody?
I have no clue.
Is Munchie here? Maybe Munchie gets set.
Wait,
But I'm not a hacker.
Mike.
So.
Now,
Yo.
Mike, I just Googled it, right? I just Googled Chromecast hack. It took me to Google support page, and somebody posted a thing that says, my Chromecast was hacked and turns on my TV with creepy short video clips. What's going on? Google employee came back and said, basically, they can imagine how scary it is. The behavior is caused by someone else accessing your Wi-Fi network if your network is unsecure. Then they asked them what's their router, what kind of protections they have, and whether anyone in the house has advanced configuration with the ports and settings on your router.
Well, if they're using an open Wi-Fi, that's kind of stupid, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, but you know what though? I don't think that's what it is. It's that whoever's doing it, there's some kind, like the article said, there's some kind of hack, right?
Yeah, there's a hack. These hackers made up. They just did it to make a point. But what you're reading says it's open Wi-Fi. Well, if you're sitting in your house, Wi-Fi, that's kind of
no. They're asking him if his Wi-Fi was open. But this is what that hacker is doing. He's making people's Chromecast display whatever he's, I don't know how he's doing it, but and like they said, Google. There was another article that was like Google should have fixed it years ago. So something must have been. There must be something there.
How did you wait? I thought your router stuff is all encrypted anyway.
Mine is.
I don't know what that guy's
that's
doing.
what I'm saying. Wait a minute.
But I'm saying I think these people are professional hackers making a point. They're not hurting stuff. They're just saying it could be done. So.
Yeah, but so why isn't Google fixing it? I guess
I have no idea.
Well, they stated in that article. I think it's not really up to Google to fix it. It's the router.
No, I don't think that's it.
I don't think. No,
I think their point is Google's Chromecast has an issue and Google's not fixing it.
But they say smart TVs too. In here, hackers were able to just Chromecast and smart TVs to hack like themselves. It says here the bugs dubbed cast hack exposes a weakness in both Chromecast and the router it connects to.
So it's both, okay.
Right. The two say that disabling universal plug and play should fix the problem, but this has been disputed by experts.
But and Google's answer is we have received reports from users who have had an unauthorized video playing on their TVs via Chromecast device. This is not an issue with Chromecast specifically, but rather the result of router settings that make smart devices, including Chromecast, publicly reachable. Well, if that's true, then they can mess with all my TVs and my lights. Because all my TVs have a Chromecast on them.
We'll hit the button now. Let's see what happens live right now on the YouTube stream.
Yeah.
Everything will be. I don't know. I find it. I believe it. Don't get me wrong, but what router isn't encrypted or protected?
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and worry about some professional hacker hacking into my house. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to. Yeah, I mean, maybe it can be done, but I mean, do you think this is something people should sit home and worry about?
Oh, no, because there's other things are going to get hacked anyway. That's the thing about technology. There's the good stuff and the bad. You take with it.
Yeah, and if you're going to hack, I'm nobody. Go hack. You're going to go hack somebody who is somebody. That's my. I don't see anybody hacking me. Who am I?
Yeah. In fairness, we never thought that the service would be exposed to public internet. So that is a very valid finding of this. Full credit to him. Who's this? I'm jumping around. I just caught this part.
Yeah, I see
Morano
that. I
told.
see you are.
Yeah, Morano told TechCrunch. Google said in a follow-up email that it's working to fix the DAuth bug.
Okay.
I guess they have a way to deauthorize that so they can get into that.
I guess.
Somehow. Yeah. Now there's a video here. I didn't get a chance to watch it.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Will, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you?
I didn't watch the video.
I was going to say, are you worried about somebody hacking into your stuff?
No, not really. Not my Chromecast. I mean, not really. No, I don't. Even if what are they gonna? Nah.
I mean,
and why
Chromecast? My Chromecast, you put something on my TV. I don't care.
Well, why Chromecast? Why not a Fire Stick or a Fire TV?
Well, that could be next, or maybe the Fire Stick doesn't have the same vulnerability.
Right. That's why I would like to know, or a Roku stick, or whatever sticks that are.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah, that's why I told Munchie to get on it, because I don't know why they picked Google's thing either, but
yeah,
right.
something must be something in there that's letting them.
Munchie's going to get it. Munchie's going to get a mod. Mod for a Chromecast. I can get you all the channels.
I'm looking forward to a video from Munchie on this.
Yeah.
See, Munchie's saying it's something with the router.
Yeah, Munchie's. Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Yeah, so I don't know. But again, you think this article is just to make news, right?
They said it was about 3,000. He said, and there's an article with the Chromecast. They said, and there's an issue with the Chromecast. They said there was about 3,000 people who reported that the thing has been put on their screen. So it's not that big yet, but.
All right. Well, I guess it can be done. So hopefully Google is doing something about it.
George, don't worry. Right. Google's gonna release a statement. As of April, we're gonna be shutting down Chromecast.
Yeah, there you go. Along with Google Plus.
Google's tired of all this bad press. They're gonna shut the whole thing down.
Yeah.
Was it a couple more months, right? April for Google Plus.
April for Google Plus, yeah.
I've been noticing. I don't know if you guys still go to Google Plus.
I still
post in there.
Google Plus.
Yeah, but does it seem like it's like less active? Like,
not to me.
I think people are still on there, but everybody's trying to figure out where everybody's moving to. Everybody I've seen is like the Pixel group. Everybody's like, "Are you going to move to?" There's one me way, something like that. A lot of people are saying they're going there.
Yeah, Jay said he's moving. Jay Will said he's moving his stuff to Telegram.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to Telegram. Everybody seems like they don't want to deal with Facebook, so a lot of people aren't going there.
Yeah.
Dang, look, Mike, look what Munchie said.
What's okay?
He said Google's going to fix it 5 years after it was exploited. So this is after it was reported. So this bug's been out for a while, and Google's just been ignoring it.
And Munchie says PewDiePie peeps exploited this and made this hack popular. Well, yeah, if PewDiePie showed it, no wonder everybody knows. Yeah. He's huge.
Yeah. See, Google got to get on that. It's not a good story. I don't know.
So, hey, Bunchy, real quick, Bunchy, you think like I was saying, what about a Roku stick or a Fire Stick? Could it be still exploited that way? Do you know? I'm just saying, do you think that's possible? I'm curious what you had to say.
Yeah, is there a vulnerability in other sticks or just this one?
So Will, did you want to talk about something else?
Yeah, what were we talking about before? I'm trying to remember how we even got to it. We were talking about iMessage.
Yeah, we're talking about iMessage.
People at your job. Oh, I was telling you about the video with the guy who said he switched to the Pixel because camera, And then he said within like an hour, everybody was pretty much roasting him about being a green bubble. So he couldn't switch. That was like one of his main reasons why he went back. And then you said something about your job, right?
Well, I just made a comment. Like I see the Apple people in the office, they're all got mostly blue bubbles.
Yeah.
You know, I can think of one guy that's a sales guy. So he's talking to his customer. So he, you know, you can't pick and choose there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
But it's just interesting how the iMessage is just a defining factor on people keeping. The thing was, I was saying though too that she said that she tried Android and for like she said like an hour she couldn't. She said I couldn't take it. She couldn't take it, so she went back and got an iPhone or got a iPhone or whatever, and they're just like dead set. This is it. This is the way I'm going to be here. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
we do have an answer from Munchie. He said this one is specific to Chromecast only. Roku and others might have some vulnerability which has not yet been found, but the one on Chromecast doesn't work on Roku and other streaming devices, so that's good to know.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Since I have Roku and Fire Stick. Okay. He says, how do you beat iMessage? Yeah.
Now, Mike, what you were saying was that you think it's a status thing with iMessage. And like that lady saying that. No, wait. Like you
said, it's an iPhone thing.
You said that lady basically went back because she said she couldn't understand it. And you said you think it's like a status. See, I don't think it's like that. I think it might have been before.
Mm-hmm.
But like I was telling you, just imagine you before you had Android. If you was on an iPhone, right? You were able to send anybody with an iPhone a long video or have all that stuff, play pool back and forth, all that stuff we were doing. Then you go to Android and you lose all of that. And on top of that, when you go to Android, you got 3 buttons at the bottom, you know what I mean? The back and navigation and all that. And one phone's system of using it, navigation and all that is different from the other phone. You know what I mean? It's like, it's kind of like it's a big shock. So I think people on iPhone who had iPhone, to get them to switch to an Android phone, it isn't just about having to have the bubble. I think that's a big part of it, but I think it's the convenience. iMessage is so easy. You know what I mean? It's hard. Like you see how it is. If we're just like I was telling you earlier with the guy, like if you're in a bunch of group chats or whatever on iMessage, and then you go from iPhone to Android, you're going to lose all that. So everybody you was chatting with now is going to have to get an SMS message, or you can't share a video as big. So I don't think it's a status thing. I think it's just convenience, because just like I think Apple, I don't know if they still say it, but they used to always say being social or whatever on your phone is like a major selling point of the phone. And Android they don't have that. Android doesn't have that because you still got SMS. Look at T-Mobile, just like we saw, they're just releasing the RCS profile to the Note 8 and the Note 9.
Note 9.
And I think it's on the S7 Edge for T-Mobile. For Sprint, I think you can use it on any Android phone. For Verizon, it's only Pixel 3. Like, their messaging is terrible, and that's what the majority of people use messaging.
More fragmentation.
Yeah, it's becoming like it's worse. Like, I don't know. See, Mike, if you had one phone, and like you said, a lot of your family, when you saw them over the holidays, had iPhone. So if you had all those people in your phone as iPhone, and y'all might have had chats with 2 of y'all or 3 of y'all. Let's say you.
Let me tell you, Will, all those family members.
Listen. Hold on, Mike. Wait. And then you said you only have one phone number. You take your SIM card out and you said, I want to try Android again. You put it in your OnePlus. All that's gone. All your group chat is gone. Your SMS might send it out of order. You know what I mean? You can't send them a long video of your nephew at the park, and all that's gone. It's not like a status thing. It's just that iMessage is it.
So you think the average person who uses iPhone uses those functions? My guess is the average person
Yeah.
probably doesn't even use.
Nah, George, you gotta look. iMessage, you can send somebody money. You can play games back and forth. Look at Mike. Me and Mike never played a game on iMessage before. I sent him the pool invitation and he was able to just pick it up and play. It's not like
but you
it's
can
not
send
like it's
money to
something to
almost
learn.
anything now. You can send money through Facebook.
Yeah, but if the person says I don't deal with Facebook, you don't need Facebook.
Well, yeah,
You know
I
what
was
I
going
mean?
to say I wouldn't say
You don't
money
have to have Facebook or Twitter
Yeah,
or
but
it's
the
just
last
in the
person-
phone.
The last person I know that sent money through Facebook would say, "I don't deal with iPhones," and I've heard her say
Look.
that.
But listen, Mike. I mean, listen, George. You don't have to. iMessage is already there. It's not like if you wanted to, let's say on T-Mobile, if you want to use RCS on T-Mobile, okay, this person has to have an S7 or a Note 8 or a Note 9
or Note 9.
Otherwise, and then you have to be sending it to somebody with Verizon, with a Pixel 3 or Sprint.
I just think that's just more fragmentation. That's kind of
No,
useless.
but listen, and maybe it'll work. On iMessage, the only prerequisite is if you have an iPhone and I have an iPhone, we can do everything. That's it. So it's not like a status thing. It's just simple. It's so easy. If you started with an iPhone in 2011 and you try to switch to Android 2 or 3 years later, it's going to be hard for you to switch because think about all the people who just had iPhone.
Unless
when
maybe you had a foldable phone.
all those people, if they got all their money invested in the Apple, it's not easy to switch over.
Well, that's true. Yeah, once you have a lot of Apple products, then it becomes hard.
Yeah, even if you don't have a lot of products, like if you bought a lot of music on there, if you got a lot of people, like Mike said, if Mike's got all those people in his family that have an iPhone.
I'm all converting them over to my number.
To which number? To your iPhone number, or you got like 7 numbers. I can't even keep up. You call me today. I'm like, hold up, what number? I'm like, I don't even know who this is. I thought it was a telemarketer. Like, I don't know who this is.
Now, Munchie says everyone uses iMessage, and that's the biggest reason why people don't switch to Android. How do I know? I asked 20 of my American friends, non-nerds. Okay, so it sounds like you're right, Will.
Yeah, iMessage is like, I don't know. iMessage is to me is the thing that keeps people on iPhone. I don't think it's like I think it used to be a status thing, but now where iPhones, like you said, Mike, you can get a prepaid iPhone for probably $100, and you still get iMessage.
You get all the
it don't matter if you're on Cricket or Simple Mobile or you get iMessage. So.
Well, hey, Will, real quick, can you record an iPhone FaceTime conversation? Can you record it? Yeah.
Yeah, if you turn on screen record.
Where is that in this?
It's if you swipe down from your I don't know I forget how you do it on your phone. Look, you got to turn it on. There's a screen record button where you can record the screen. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Dang, I forget how you do it. Is anybody in here with an iPhone? I forget how Mike gets to his
screen record.
Mike, how do you get to your? I forget what it's called. Dang, I haven't used that kind. So
look.
What?
Look here.
Hold on. I haven't. Yeah. Do you have a little circle? Show me again. Do you have a circle? A little circle with a square with a circle in it?
A square with a circle.
Look at mine.
Wait a minute. Where you go? You're not even there.
Man.
Yeah, you went black.
I don't know what you did, Mike. Maybe because you called me on.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, Mike.
Black screen.
Still?
Yep.
Did you hang up?
No, I'm still. Yeah, I did.
Now we just got a picture of you.
Yeah. It's that
I don't know what you
Comcast.
do.
It's that Comcast internet again, George.
But look, but wait, now Mike, what are
Yeah.
you're trying
Yeah.
to do what? You're trying to record the call?
Yeah. I was gonna go ahead.
You can, you don't have a little, it's a circle. It looks like a kind of like a bullseye. It's a circle with a dot in it. With a bigger circle, you know what I mean? With a bold circle inside of it.
Oh, that's a timer. Shoot.
You don't see it?
No.
You guys only live 20 minutes apart. You could go
gotta
over
turn
and
it
show
on.
them.
Mike, you gotta turn it on. You might have to put it in
Yo,
your
George,
quick
I need the guru to help me out on this one.
Exactly.
You hear me?
You
hear me, Mike?
What's that?
You have to turn it on in your quick settings.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sure
Go to
I'm
settings.
sure you could.
Go to settings.
That's fine. That's fine. I'll tell you later because I want to go and get. I want to get with the girl's name's Kim, and I think she'll sit down and talk. I want to ask her about her iPhone experience, just to get and record that, and just to see her, ask her about some questions. You know what I mean? I'm just curious. Why do you keep on fading out?
I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on. I don't know. You
And
broke it.
Munchie said Steve Jobs being stubborn and not letting carriers dictate terms to Apple is why Apple is still where it is, unlike Android manufacturers who are at the mercy of the carriers. And for you, Mike, he says go to settings and control center.
Yeah, you gotta go to settings, control center, and then you'll see all the toggles that you can turn on and
Then
off.
he said there you can add the toggle.
It'll say screen record.
Yeah. Okay.
Munchie, me and Mike were talking about that earlier with the whole update thing. Mike, what phone was that you were saying never got an update?
And it was Six Louise who told Mike what to do.
Yeah. I'll get to it. I'll get to it. I don't want to tie up the show. I was just thought something easy to show. Anyway, there was an article about I don't know if George, you see the article about LG and their rollout of Android Pie?
No, I did not.
Yeah, hold on. LG Pie update. Let me just Google it. Yeah, they announced that they're going to do something in the first quarter. Let me see here. Oops. That's the Note 9.
The G6 will get it too. Good.
Yeah, well, yeah, but they're saying G7 ThinQ all set to receive stable Android 9.0 Pie update.
Okay.
But as you read the article, it talks about the G7 getting it, and let's see, there's no exact timeline when the update will start rolling out to global markets, but we'll let you know. Okay. Shoot. That's not a good article.
It says the other smartphones of the company, which will see the Android 9 Pie update, include the V40 ThinQ, the V30 ThinQ, and the LG G6.
Now, let me get this straight. So the brand new V40 never rolled out with Android Pie as a new phone?
Doesn't sound like it.
Wow. Yeah, but one of the articles I saw talked about the G7 was going to get it, then the V40 later on, but no mention about the V30.
Well, here it says the V40, the V30, and the G6.
What's the timeline?
There's no mention of a timeline. They're not sure. Yeah. It said above it that they weren't sure when it was going to happen.
I forget. I saw another article. It was ridiculous the amount of they just mentioned about the G7 and later on the V40, and nothing about the other phones like the G6 and the V30.
Well, see, this article has the G6 and the V30 in it.
Did it?
Yeah, it has V40, V30, G6, and it says the three smartphones have not yet received performance update on both fixes, which means the Android Pie update for them might get a bit delayed.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
It's just really annoying that, a phone manufacturer really doesn't send out updates while another company sends monthly updates.
Exactly. It's ridiculous. And why is it OnePlus can do this and they can't? Yeah.
Right. But Will was throwing OnePlus in the equation too. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Your V30 now. Your V30, George, is a carrier phone, right?
Yeah, my V30 is gone though because I traded it in. When I got the
you
iPhone.
did. That's right.
I have the G6 here.
Do you?
Yes.
Have you fired that up lately?
Yeah, I fired it up today.
Did you?
Yeah, I fire it up all the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just thought with you carrying just the two phones, you don't have the other ones going.
No, I fire up that and I fire up my Nokia 7.1 all the time. Both of them.
Gotcha.
Now, Mike, it's like Munchie was saying, the Android manufacturers are under the mercy of the carriers. Like we were saying earlier, with what was it, the Pixel? The Pixel releases the update every month, but depending on your carrier, depends on when you're going to get it.
Exactly.
First,
yeah.
or
I found that my update for the Pixel was like it came out on the 5th, and I didn't get it for at least 5 to 14 days.
Really?
Yeah, someday. Yeah, it was long.
Which to me makes no sense, because if Google's in the same position as Apple is as far as controlling the phone, they should be able to push the update like Apple does. Apple, the first day.
Oh, that's what we were talking about.
They might have issues. You know, they might have issues, but that first day, everybody, no matter what country you're in, and all that, they get the update.
Yep.
I read about the update in the morning, and by the time I get ready to go to bed at night, I go and hit the thing, and there it is. I hit I go into settings,
right,
and it's right there.
Yeah, that's I don't know. We'll see. I guess when Google comes in the future,
says it's a phased rollout.
Yeah, but why do they do that? Apple can risk breaking devices. Google doesn't. That's true, I guess.
You said yourself that, Will. You said yourself that they could, that people, if they get the, I've heard that before where people are trying to download the update or whatever. It's taking forever because everybody in the
everybody's getting it at the same time.
Right.
Sometimes it takes forever to get the update. Yeah. And if you have iTunes on your computer, you can download it and do it that way.
That's what I did in my last update. I did it through iTunes.
Yeah, so you're not pulling it over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's I don't know. We'll see. I guess one day Google will get it together.
George, you going to do that for all updates?
No. I just happened to be on iTunes, and I happened to be on iTunes. I had I think I was offloading some pictures from the iPhone, and the update started, so I figured, okay, I better let this finish, so I let it.
Now, Mike, like we were saying, you get the MacBook, you won't have to upload the pictures; they'll just come over. Remember, Mike, we were talking about that with your video.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. Yeah.
I was telling George, I was talking to Will on the way home from work, and I was telling him that I think my big purchase, I'm not going to get is. I'm going to say this now. I know your guys are going to laugh at me. I really am not going to get any phones because I really need to get a new computer.
Okay.
Because this one here it's.
So you're thinking of a MacBook?
Yeah, I'm finding shooting video on this, and the audio I've talked about before is really nice. It gives me great quality video, and also the ability. I go to the iCloud.
Right.
And if it's not too big of a video, normally it's there right away. But the bigger videos, I gotta wait. Now if I get a MacBook, I would assume and Will, please tell me I'm right. If I shot a long video on here, is it going to show up on the MacBook right away?
It should just transfer. It should just come over here. It should usually just sync over.
I think so, yeah.
Your pictures and everything. Once you,
Right.
See, the reason I copy stuff to my computer, and my computer is a desktop, I had this computer built specifically to do editing. So it's a big computer and it has lots of space, and so I just use it for all my editing.
Yeah, well,
so I copy everything onto it.
That's my problem. I got everything copied onto it.
Yeah, now, Mike. Well, I have a terabyte of data, so I mean space.
Here's a question for you, Mike. I think that computer that you have, isn't that the computer that you reviewed?
Yeah.
for your channel. So that's a couple years old. So
Mhm.
when you get the MacBook, looks like you got to do a review. That was like one of your big videos, wasn't it? That and the watch.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the video on the computer, I did that stop action where that was like my first video. I took, opening it up and all. Yeah.
That was like one of your big. I know you got a lot of.
I got a lot of views on that. I got a lot of views on the Watcher Bane.
Yeah.
Man, I did.
No,
I
okay, yeah.
had to blow up. Yeah. So they were my early days. But yeah, I was definitely. What are you laughing at?
Munchie said for you to buy a portable hard drive. He told me to stop giving you reasons to buy a MacBook.
That's true. Yep.
Oh
Man.
God. Mike's coming all the way over to the dark side.
Yeah.
There you
He's
go.
gonna have some AirPods.
No, I don't like those AirPods. I really don't.
Okay.
I like these. I actually like
Mike,
these.
Mike.
I like
Mike.
the headphones like this.
Mike,
Yo.
George said he didn't like the Apple Watch.
I hear you.
But I hadn't used it. No, Mike.
Yeah.
I assume Mike is saying he
I'm
doesn't
telling
like
you,
the
Mike
AirPods
hasn't-
because he's tried them.
Mike hasn't used the AirPods.
Oh, you haven't?
I know. I like headphones like these. I really don't like.
Yeah,
I'm not
you
crazy
like,
about
no,
the buds.
Mike, listen. Mike, you like those for listening to music, but if you're at work, the AirPods are I don't know. Ask George.
Now
So
I can tell you though,
Lewis
I
says
like-
I'll learn to love them. Thanks.
I like earbuds, period. Ever since earbuds came out, any kind of earbuds, I hate over-ear earphones. I do not like
you don't
earphones in my ear
these?
at all.
No way. I'm the opposite. I like these.
I like nothing but earbuds all the time.
Really.
Mike, I got a Samsung over the ear Bluetooth like that. It's upstairs in the box. I never even used it.
But like,
Like George said, it's big over the ear. Yeah, I'll rather.
You should give it to Mike.
Were they the
used
free ones from one of your Samsung?
one of the phones. Yeah. They came with the cord, and I never even used them.
Oh, you need to give that to Mike.
Never used them. Yeah, right.
They're still in the
Never
wrapper.
touched them. Yeah, they're still in the box. I opened them.
At least,
but I never,
Mike would make a video on them.
I never,
I will.
never even used them.
I will.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
will make a video.
Because
Yep.
I prefer
you would.
the in ear. I prefer the buds.
Mm-hmm.
You like your Google ones too, don't you?
Yeah, except like we were saying earlier, Mike, the USB-C isn't universal, but yeah. That was the other failure they came up with. That thing, it wasn't them, but it's just a big mess with the whole USB-C thing, how it doesn't work from one phone to the next phone for audio. That's stupid.
I keep thinking I should get the OnePlus earbuds.
Mike said you mean the buds or the wireless? Mike didn't really care for the wireless ones. He's one of the only people I said who didn't like them that much. Everybody said they love them.
There's two parties. There's no middle. Either they like them a lot or they don't like them.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
well, you didn't hate them. I think you liked them a little bit.
I like the phone. I love the ability to clip them together and shuts off the Bluetooth. They were long enough. They were definitely around the neck, longer than the other ones I just reviewed.
Right.
But I was about the sound. It was about the sound. The sound had no bass at all.
Okay.
So.
6 Louise is saying, Mike, I'm on the same page as you. I'm thinking of a MacBook, but they're expensive with low storage. Can you buy extreme external hard drive? Munchie says, get a Trebleb X5. I have Trebleb X11 earbuds, and I love those. And they're wireless. They're true wireless.
Oh wow, they're like earbud. They're like your earbuds there, huh?
Yeah. Where are they?
You have them?
Yes, they're around here somewhere. They were.
Your nephew's got a mate book.
He just bought let me see what it is. He bought I was just texting him earlier today. He texted me. He got think he got a Huawei. A Huawei.
Something.
I think it's a MateBook. Yeah, I think it's a MateBook. I think that's what it's called. A Huawei MateBook.
Here's the Trub Lab.
I think a Pro or something like that. It's he was looking between that and a Surface, the Surface Laptop 2.
Yeah.
He only paid $1,000 for it, but he loves it.
This is what these look like.
Said the
So
screen
these
is
are
real
true-
bright.
Yeah, let me see. Let me see, George. Let me see that again.
These are truly one. I've taken these on bicycle rides and they're great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long's battery life?
I've never tested it out. You know, I think the longest I've ever had it out was like on a 3-hour bike ride. So I really
And
don't
it
know.
lasted. So,
Yeah, they lasted just fine. Yeah.
Mike, don't worry. We're gonna ease you right in, Mike. We're gonna get you a watch, the AirPods. You're gonna be appled out. Next year, Mike's gonna be like, I'm not buying no more Android phones.
Oh man.
See,
telling
you
you,
thought you thought I was going to be like that, and I'm not. Yeah.
Well, George, I didn't think that you would get the Apple Watch. Honestly, I was shocked when
Well,
when
remember
I saw
that
your
was a
feed.
Christmas present. That was a
I
surprise.
know, but I didn't think you wanted it at all enough to buy it because I was telling
I
you,
did- I
George,
didn't.
just try it. I said, George,
Mama-
just try it.
Yeah, my wife was determined to buy it for me. That's all.
George, is that brand new? The Apple
No,
Watch?
no, that was returned. I think
Open box one?
open box. Yeah,
Where'd you get
but
it
it
from?
worked great. I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the open box is nothing wrong with them. I never
Yeah,
had a problem
exactly.
with them at all. So
Yeah,
he
Best
just
Buy
got.
open box.
I just text my nephew. He got it's 256. It was $1,000. 256 gigs.
wow, I never.
But-
I mean, where did he knew about Huawei MateBook, or was that your doing?
No, he found that. He's he's into that. He's in school for engineering something. So he probably needs all that stuff. I don't know. I told him I can't. I don't know.
Why did he get a MacBook?
Because he don't have an iPhone. He's got a Samsung. He was looking. He said he was looking at the Surface 2 or the MacBook, but he was like, this one was only $1,000. But he likes it so far. He said he might add more storage to it, but yeah, he's saying how good it is. He was like, he's got to get a D-brand skin to put on it. So
Oh no way! Yeah.
yeah, he's gonna put a D-brand on it. But I think it's got good reviews. I think the only thing they said was like the webcam ain't that good, but he don't really use that. So. Mark is waiting for the S10.
Mark,
Okay.
wait, yeah.
I'm sure that the stuff will be coming out soon, right? Don't they always start
Oh
leaking
yeah,
about
yeah.
this
Hey,
time?
you know what we forgot to talk about is CES is what next
CES.
Monday?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
starts next week. Yeah.
Yeah. What's going
That's
on
why-
with that? Any leaks?
that's
Anybody?
why I'm
I
holding-
haven't seen anything.
I haven't seen much. I've been holding off on. I'll be holding off on buying anything till I see what comes out at CES.
Now, Mike, are you still of the same mindset? Nothing? You're not looking at buying nothing? That's how I'm feeling right now. I'm not really.
No, I'm still there. No, I'm there. Even if this S10 comes out, I'm quite happy with. These are the two. These are the two. If I had to get rid of everything else, and if I could just hold on to these two, I'll be quite happy with it. Without
Of
a
course,
doubt.
I never get rid of anything, so I have more.
Well, I'm just saying the what if, you know what I mean? I'm just saying these two
Yeah,
phones are.
George, Mike isn't buying a new phone next year. That's his goal. I don't really see
Yeah.
nothing. You know me. If Google wants to give me a free Pixel, but I don't
Well,
really think I'm
you've already gotten your free Pixel,
Yeah.
so you
Yeah,
can
but
Yeah.
I'm
buy your
saying if
next
they
one.
want to do it, this October again. Other than that,
Okay.
I don't really see myself buying nothing either. I really don't. But
Okay.
There's
we'll
nothing
see.
out there that really is exciting, and I personally think also too with the 5G coming out, it's going to just muddy the waters. Personally, especially like a guy like you, George, like you like going to T-Mobile and buying your phones.
Yeah,
from them for the most part, right?
yeah. But some phones I buy right off Amazon too. Like
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I
yeah,
just thought about the
the
Nokia, for
Nokia I bought
example.
right off Amazon. Yeah,
And there is the Motorola G7.
yeah.
Alan
And
is
I
going to Vegas tomorrow, y'all.
Is
His
he?
phone tech at work, leaving for Vegas tomorrow.
yeah, I bought my Moto G6 Plus on Amazon.
Yeah. So, Alan's going. That'll be great. Alan, I want to see a lot of
I
videos,
think,
man. I want a lot of
Alan
vlogs.
always goes. Alan goes every
Somebody
year.
else is going from Team 100. I think, is it Rob? Somebody else is going.
I think I saw earlier in the comments that Rob is going. Yeah,
Oh,
I guess this will be Rob's first time.
Wow.
Yeah,
Rob was on vacation and he's going back out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. He's going from warm to another warm climate.
Yeah.
Although last January there was a night in Vegas where it wasn't so warm.
No, yeah.
It got down into the 30s.
Ooh, sounds like
Bunchy says Alan goes for the alcohol, so he isn't there for the video.
Alan does post stuff. He does seem to be up at 2:00 in the morning a lot. You know.
Is there Team 100 tonight?
Yeah. BJ said
Rob said there'll be a Team 100 tonight too.
Okay.
Mike,
They'll be on at 10:00 after us.
Let's talk about your drama with T-Mobile this week. George didn't hear about that.
No, I did not.
Which one was that? Oh,
remember?
Oh, yeah. Well, I had two dramas.
Okay.
I did. Trying to remember. I know the one.
Right.
You tried to call me. I tried to help you.
Right. So the setup is this. My friend Will got his parents to go to T-Mobile, and the T-Mobile has a referral program.
Right.
And we went through all the motions. Will got them all set up. Will set them up, but the thing is, Will set them up with a new phone number.
Right.
Well, apparently there's fine print somewhere I didn't see that you can't get the bonus if they get a new number. You have to be
so the referral bonus doesn't come with a new number,
but port-ins only. I'm like, are you kidding me? Does it matter? Does it really matter? We just got them to come to your provide, get them a service.
Okay.
Did
you get on the phone with them or get online with them or something or what?
Well, who, me?
Yeah.
I was on the phone for at least an hour with them.
Okay.
The first person was a complete idiot. I mean, complete idiot. I said, give me a manager. And then I got a manager. I told the manager what I want. And they go, oh, you got to talk to our referral department. Why can't you just tell me and give me an answer? It was ridiculous. It was the worst I ever had. I ever dealt with T-Mobile. Okay. So I finally got somebody. Mind you, let me preface this. These people, the first two I talked to were not of this country. That's all I got to say. Okay. They were not.
Mike,
okay?
let me cut in real quick.
Yeah.
Because when I set up their phone, I thought their new thing was when you called T-Mobile, you were supposed to get the same rep or something like that. There was like a special group so that you got to answer right away, and you were supposed to always speak to. That's what I thought.
I don't think it's happening now. I think they're claiming that, but I don't think I'm getting. There was at one time when I called, there was always a group of people that you were talking to here in America. I'm not trying to say this the wrong way, but you definitely knew you were talking to somebody here. And I've talked to some people on multiple times. It's the same girl that was always there to help me out. Now it doesn't seem like that. So anyway, and I'm on the one phone. I got my other phone. That's why I carry two phones.
7 phones.
2. I had the website up finally, and I looked, and it does say in there, but they don't make it prominent. It isn't clear. It isn't like saying this is for port-ins only.
Okay.
You know what I
What's
mean?
the difference?
I
That's
know
what makes
that.
me mad about it. What's
So
the
did you
difference?
get
If you're
anywhere with
putting in the number or you're not, you're still
I
getting a
argued.
phone.
I argued that point. I argued. I said, and eventually, that what they did was they said they'll give you a $50 credit towards my bill, which is fine.
Oh God, monkey's
Looks like
crazy.
they stopped training train peeps with American accent.
Stop training Pete's with that American accent.
Yeah, good one, Munchie.
They
But
always give an American name. That's what makes it funny.
yeah.
Oh God.
So anyway,
well, even when the
Okay.
Chinese phone companies contact you, there's always some American name.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
always.
yeah, Steve,
Oh, God.
Rachel,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
But in the end, I got $50. I got a $50 credit in my bill, but it was just it was just all that.
So you ended up getting the referral.
Yeah,
He got it. He had to fight
because
for it,
I
but he
always
got
get. Listen, George, I always get. Well, you've been such a good customer with T-Mobile,
Exactly.
so. And you know they're looking at your payment history.
Of course they are.
You
But
know, there's so.
I just
They
don't
look at my
understand it
payment
because
history, they're to give me the world.
I
Yeah.
could see, Mike, if they said like if I took them there and they had their own phone, like if they didn't buy the phone from T-Mobile, but
Munchie's
to buy the
comment.
phone from T-Mobile puts you, you know what I mean? You got to stay with them for a contract or whatever. But that's I don't know. That's crazy
It was. I
for
think
them
that's
to make that kind of a condition on the program is dumb.
right.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I told
go,
you, Mike, the uncarrier is becoming the carrier, just like everybody else.
So,
It's slow. It's slow, but
that's
it's coming.
one issue. Now you said you had two issues, right?
Yes, my other issue was. So this is 24 hours or so later, 24, 48 hours later. I sit down, excuse me, and I look at, I want to go look at my bill. The $50 was taken off. And I always just for giggles, I go and look at how much time, I just curious how much times, data is being used on one line. I'm always seeing how much, if my son's already up to 22 gigs of data on his line.
Okay.
So, my son, he smokes data. He just kills it. So I happened to look at the bill for this phone, this line, and I'm looking at it, and I saw change by $3 plus added $3. I forget. I think they took the $50 credit off of that one line. Like they itemized the credit and they gave the $50 to this line here somehow.
Right.
And then I saw $3 plus. I'm like, what's this? And then apparently they made a change from my protection plan for the phone because I am paying for iPhone. What do you call that? Apple Care, I guess. Yeah, insurance on it. Assurance, right. So I'm like, they changed the price. You can see they changed plans. One plan was 12, and then the next plan was 15.
Right.
I go, wait a minute, that's not
that's
right.
Where the $3 came from. Okay.
Right. I didn't see nothing. So I called customer service, and they said, oh, yeah, we had a change. We changed the plan. All customers got changed to this plan. I go,
really?
Well, what, did you let us know? Yeah. No. The guy said, wait a minute. The guy said to me, that's all he said to me. We changed the plan. I said, I never got notice. Well, I'm sorry. Basically, it was like, I'm sorry. That's what happened. We changed the plan.
Did they give a reason?
No, I didn't get no reason. That was the thing. I got no reason. And that's what spurred the thing, what went on from there. He had no reason. And then I said, oh, right. I was now bent because I was.
So I assume you went to talk to somebody else.
Well, no, but the whole thing got even worse because I said, well, what is it going to take to stop this phone? Can I return this phone? Can I return my iPhone? I was so aggravated. And the guy says, yeah, it's $50 to return it, restocking fee. I go, are you sure? $50 just to return the phone? I said, there's nothing because I have a lease. It's a lease phone. It's a lease. You break the lease. No, I go, where is it in black and white? He sends me a text message. And I go, I'm looking and looking. I said, "There's nothing in here explaining about it. It explained there was a link to how to end your term, but nothing else." Well, after 4 tries, he finally got me that goes, "Oh no, you're going to have to pay the whole term off. I have to whatever I pay, how much money I owe left on it in this lease agreement." And then I went on a tirade on Twitter. I went a complete tirade. I was so bent because they didn't tell me that they made a change. There was the guy couldn't answer my question. The guy could not answer the question.
When did you do the Twitter tirade? I don't remember seeing
it. It's on Twitter.
Yeah, it is on there.
How long ago?
The first,
the beginning of the week. Yeah,
maybe the first. Maybe it was the part of the first.
Okay.
Yeah, I went bananas, and then they got a hold of me. I mean, I even sent one out to John Legere.
So they responded to you based on your Twitter stuff?
They responded to my Twitter, and the next thing I know is they want to do a DM. So the DM, direct message with them. We heard this person went back and forth, saying we eventually, yes, sir, we did mail you out something. I go, let's clarify, email or snail mail? And she said snail mail.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, I didn't get nothing. Okay. So you did inform your customers, because that was my whole tirade. I said, you make a change, you don't tell your customers. Yeah. And his lady's telling me.
Mark says, in other words, Mike, you're the customer from hell.
Yes, I am. And I'm proud of it, Mark. Very proud of it.
Okay, good. So go ahead.
So in the end, basically, she let me know that there was a mailing that went out telling everybody there was a letter sent out to discuss the changes of your price depending on the type of device you currently have. You should have received your letter sometime after 8/26/18. I would love to take a look at things to make sure your account is set up for your success. And she wanted to get into my account, so we did a verification. She looked at my account, and I was just really annoyed that I didn't get nothing, and I'll give her a benefit of the doubt. If she mailed it to me, we're now depending on the postal service to bring me this document.
Right.
Okay, but where the guy on the phone couldn't tell me. He couldn't answer my question.
No, he didn't know anything, sounds like.
He didn't. It was very, very, it was very much a letdown. So in the end, get a little of this. In the end, T-Mobile gave me a $36 credit to cover for the $3 for the next 12 months.
Okay. Okay.
So I mean, they made good on it, but still, it just when you call their new customer services, John Legere is saying.
So this is how you spent your New Year's Day?
Part of it. What day was it?
George Mike was mad.
Oh, on the 30th. Okay. It was the 30th. It was the 30th.
Okay.
So it was the day before. It was a Saturday. I was on the phone with you, Will, last Saturday.
Yeah.
Well, the 30th was Sunday.
And Sunday. This is Sunday, yes. So I went back to yes.
This is the next day. This was after the whole $50 thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because I was just close. I was about to pay the bill. I was thinking of paying the bill or set it up to get paid.
Right.
And by the time I got done, I didn't even pay my bill. I said, you know what? I don't feel like dealing with this. I just shut down the whole thing and walked away from it. Even though I got my money, I got more credit. So my bill's a lot less this month. Let me just tell you that right now.
So you really are a Jersey guy.
Oh yeah.
Mark, you should know all of us Jersey guys kind of get like this, and probably it doesn't pay to push us.
Yeah, don't mess with me. If you owe me money, I'm coming for you. Okay.
Now, Mike, I just looked at my mom's bill.
Yeah.
I think I told you the last time we were on that her bill was like -$80 or something, right?
Oh, cool.
Now I go back to the bill now. It says -$5. I can't understand T-Mobile at all, man.
What happened to
I
the
really can't.
$75?
I don't know. I can't
Yeah.
understand T-Mobile.
Well, you
I
see,
really-
they charge you the $50 they gave me. How's
Yeah, right.
there you go.
I don't understand what they did.
But I mean, it's
have
still
no idea.
negative, so that's good.
Yeah, it's still negative, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I just got to keep watching it. I don't know.
I would.
It's crazy.
I would. Well,
'Cause
they
I
should
think
show.
they're all mixed up with the promotion that she had, because I think I told you I had to
Hey,
call
maybe
them.
she'll end up with a free phone. You never know.
Yeah, at the
Well,
rate you're going here.
she's supposed to get the one XR is supposed to be free, and the other one she's supposed to be paying for because we traded up to it. But when I
Right.
sent it in, they sent us a message that was like, because you traded in a phone that wasn't what we said you were trading, your credit is this. And
That's
I'm
right,
like,
you
I'm
mentioned
just
that.
trying to make sure you're getting the bill. She's getting the bill credit every month for the one phone. And that's when I called the
Exactly.
guy, and he told me, and I talked to him about Mike's credit and all that. And the guy said, yeah, your friend Mike Dixon, he knew his phone number and everything. So I
Right.
don't understand. I'm thinking, Mike, you might get your $50 gift card. It might still come in the mail. Yeah, it might still come in the mail.
Well,
I
buddy,
think they're just all mixed up.
I'll be buying you a lunch for sure with that $50. Okay.
Mike,
So the
Mike.
difference is, Will gets knowledgeable people on the phone. You get the people that don't know anything. Okay.
Yeah, really.
Mike, Gary Brown said he needs you to handle his Comcast.
Yeah, he wants you to handle his Comcast.
Oh man, yeah, you can handle mine too.
Yeah.
I'll give you mine. You can have your own
Comcast is
service, Mike.
Comcast is always way up there as one of the most hated companies in America. Always.
Yeah, Munchie. If there's come on, Munchie, I'll buy you a beer too. Come on down on that. If Will gets me that $50 gift card, we're all getting beers.
Yeah, right.
Beers and burgers.
Now you said that, Mike. I'm gonna call him again, and I'm gonna bug him again just to see if
All
we
right.
can get that $50.
All
Right,
right.
we're starting to get close to Team 100 time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are. All right,
Yeah.
all right, everybody. Thanks for coming. See y'all next week. I think we're on George's channel. Everybody want to
Yeah,
say
we'll
bye?
be on Mobile Geezer next week.
All right, Team 100. I think they're on. I don't know if they're on BG's or Rob's channel tonight.
Yeah,
They
but
come on at 10.
They should be on at 10 o'clock. So take a look at Team 100. Drop by and say hello to them.
Yeah.
All right, folks. So thanks for stopping by. Mobile Geezer. My
Mobile
my
Geezer.
website is mobilegeezer.wordpress.com, and of course you can find Mobile Geezer on Facebook, Google+, Instagram, and Twitter. And I'll see you next week on my channel at 8 o'clock. Mike.
Oh, hey, listen here. By the way, it's the Tech Gentleman's channel they're going to be on.
Okay.
For Team 100. I just
All right,
looked.
so Team 100 Tech Gentlemen.
But, okay, now a big announcement for next week. George, we'll be on George's channel. I'm Mike Dixon. This is Simply Your Device. If you like today's video, don't give Will a thumbs down. Give Will a thumbs up. Subscribe to Will's channel. And
I got a couple more, Mike.
Yeah, we gotta get Will up to 40. So please subscribe to the channel. Then at least subscribe to his channel. I'm going to announce next week is my birthday.
Okay.
Next
Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to party.
Wait a minute now. Wait a minute now. How old will we be?
25.
Yeah. Thank you, Will. Thank you. You're my buddy.
Well, I'm thinking whatever you say, you're probably going to be.
You.
So how old will you be?
55.
Okay. Veritable child.
Yep.
Okay.
So next week's
Mike's
my
gonna
birthday.
party.
So we're gonna do this right, okay? We're out on what we're
All
gonna. All right. I'll be eating and drinking beer in front of the camera, okay?
So we're going to
All right.
party down. Okay.
That's right. So okay.
All right.
So-
Sounds good. All right,
right,
folks.
man.
Thanks for coming by. Check out Team 100 on the Tech Gentleman's channel, and we will see you next week.
All right. Take care now.